Hey everyone, it's Cygnus, and welcome to another episode of Hexxit 2. So in the last episode, we went to the Nether and got some ingredients to prepare a enchanting room. So we've got the ingredients, but I did realize, thanks to a wonderful comment from one of you guys, that the enchanting table, the advanced enchanting table rather, doesn't require direct sunlight. It only requires direct moonlight if you're making curses like Curse of Binding or anything like that. So I didn't need to get that I didn't need to get that nether quartz because I wasn't making this sliding door. But we unfortunately can't start with enchanting right now just yet. So there's some things we need to do. I need to wait on the cows, which means I need to be breeding the cows. I got the wool for that, or the wheat. And we need to make the bookshelves and maybe even collect some, I need to widen that up, maybe even collect some more experience because enchanting can be costly. That's spooky. So we're going to be doing that. But unfortunately, that process isn't exactly the most entertaining to watch. So I'm going to be doing something a little different today. I wanted to make some expansions to the base. I wanted to install some much more suitable farms. I wanted to expand, have a nice big base filled with maybe even some automatic farms, so I'm not having to constantly do things myself, because that can be tiring. But with some early exploration around this area, there's too many caves at this level for me to really do that, and there's also the tower that you can see over there on the minimap, that if I go pretty much any way this way, it's just tower. It's all tower rooms. So I had to come up with a solution, and my first thought was maybe I'll build in the nether. No, I will not do that, because then I can't use any water paths to transport things like this. And I thought maybe I'll just change the location of my base. Well, that's too much work. So instead, I've decided to put the nether quartz to good use. And I'm going to be building down here. So I haven't started it yet because I'm saving that for you guys, but I built this nice little elevator shaft just because I'm going to be digging out this whole area going this way and digging out a large farming automatic base that will basically just make sure I never go hungry and never need for any resource that I can grow underground. And I'll eventually move the cows and sheep down here, some chickens as well, because I need feathers. Before I can move anything down, I need to actually build the place. So I have my slightly upgraded iron hammer. It's a manulin now. I added a manulin hammer head. And I'm going to dig this area out and rebuild it as my personal base farm, I guess. And you guys are going to get to watch that, but I'm not going to bore you with 3 hours or so of me just mining. Instead, you guys are going to get a nice little montage. So we'll get right into that. I will see you guys in a few minutes when I'll be giving you the base tour. Alright, and welcome back everyone. So, that ended up not going entirely as planned. Let's actually pull that up. I can't pull that up. Anyways, yeah, that ended up not going as planned. Surprisingly large amount of time was dedicated to just getting rid of all the silverfish. Now that this place is actually built, it's time for a base tour. So here we have where we're going to grow our wheat, which is most of our food. We have here, we're growing cotton, and we're actually going to grow other things like rice and lye or something, not lye, rye here, I'm not sure. Then we have our sugar cane because we need pages for books. We can expand this area out. I'm actually going to eventually install a door here, probably a piston door, and that'll open up into a new section that we'll start building another day. Now, over there we got our storage. This is our to-be chicken coop as soon as I find some chickens. This is a surprise that will help us later. We have our sheep here. They want some food. I'll give them some. Make more sheep. I need more wool. And then we have, of course, our cows, our little leather friends that also give milk and edible food. Did I miss anyone? I did not. Okay, so that took a surprising amount of time to do, but I think future builds will be a bit faster. Because while I was working on that and during the little montage phase, I also went ahead and built this so that we have it started, and it's nighttime. So we don't have enough leather for bookshelves, but that's fine. Now we can get started with enchanting. So the advanced enchantment table works a little different than other enchanting tables. So instead of picking a random enchantment when you put in the item, when costing some lapis, you instead get to pick whatever enchantments you want. You can probably see why this is banned in a lot of mod packs. So essentially, this lets us go through and say we want protection 4, we can apply that, and we can also go down and apply unbreaking and respiration, maybe. Yeah, let's apply respiration. And then we can go to the meteor chestplate, all that protection, and all that unbreaking. And then we can go to the meteor leggings, all that protection. And of course, the unbreaking. And now we just get our meteor sword. And let's put sharpness 5 on that. And I think we can put looting. No, we won't have enough for looting, but that's fine. We'll get some looting later. But, let me see. Can we even do one level? No. We need 384 experience. We'll get that from feeding our sheep and growing our crops over the next couple of days. So let's actually go to sleep. Ignoring whatever is making all that horrible noise. Yeah, it's apparently really close. Well, this is a good enough time as any. Let's give this new stuff a test. There's something hostile out here, something angry and hungry. First, let's get this witch. 2-shot. Nope. And that was easy. Now, hello. A wolf. A wolf. It's a wolf. I think that means werewolf, but it's a wolf. That's what I saw. But yeah, you can probably see how powerful this weapon actually is. Zombie brute. How rude of you. And what makes the meteor sword real nice is you can basically spam attack with it. There's no penalty for doing that. Oh, wow, that was almost really dangerous. Hello. Yeah, you can just keep swinging. Let's test it on this creeper. See? Just keep swinging. So, now that we have access to enchantments, we can start prepping for the next phase of this Hexxit 2 experience. So I would like to go to the Nether and start collecting blazes. But having gone there to get one blaze powder to make that enchanting table, I can tell you for complete certain, blazes are a nightmare in this difficulty and in this mod pack. there are blazes that teleport around and then hit you with lightning. And even as I was before, it was incredibly difficult. I almost actually, I think I did lose a chocobo because it came into the overworld and struck one of them with lightning. So yeah, I only have one chocobo now. Because a random blaze came into this world and it struck it with lightning, because that's what lightning blazes do. And after we do that, after we get those blaze rods, we will then be able to go to the end. And of course I'll have to get the ender pearls, but that's no big deal. And at the end, and once we're at the end, we'll be able to go and kill the dragon and then get an elytra, because I want an elytra. But more than likely, before that's done, we're going to have to move this big nuisance of a thing that's in the middle of our hallway. We'll move that downstairs, and we'll also be adding a seared furnace and a seared tank, both of which are very useful with this. The seared furnace functions like a normal furnace, just huge. Whereas the seared tank stores all of our molten materials, and we're about to get into a phase we're going to have more molten materials than we can keep track of. And in addition to that, I should probably also figure out a much better storage system, because this isn't actually that organized. It's mostly just chaos. It's pretty bad. Oh, and I should mention, so you guys know, I added Silk Touch to this manual and shovel. Now, how did I add Silk Touch, you ask, without an enchanting table? Well, I made a silky jewel. I had a emerald lying around, and I got the cotton to make the silky cloth with string and a gold ingot. Pretty easy to make, not too complex, not too scary, just easy Silk Touch early on. But now that we have the enchanting table, we can actually get tools that are maybe a little better than what we have right now, and start getting even faster. And if we're lucky, we may even summon a wither sometime soon. Maybe beat the wither. But I definitely want to get to the nether, get blaze powder, and then get to the end. Once we're in the end, we can beat the ender dragon, get an elytra, but at some point between now and then, we should probably go to the Twilight Forest. But we aren't in any particular rush. Frankly, I might go and do that sooner than later. I will see what my options are, and in the next episode or two, may end up going to the Twilight Forest, and we may even just go and beat the first and second boss. Those aren't too difficult, and with the gear that we have, all I need is the boots, and I'm virtually indestructible as I am now. Like, I even if I let things hit me, they're not going to deal a whole lot of damage with the way that I am right now. Obviously not going to test that, but I could probably provoke something, and it's not going to hurt much. The only things really now that can kill me are poison, wither, and falling damage, if my boots break while I'm falling. There's the obsidian pit all dug out. That whole elevator cost a lot of obsidian. And I would like to just say, I am sorry that there hasn't been a new Hexxit video this week. It's been a bit delayed. Obviously, with Christmas and everything, I have been a little bit busy. But now that we have that little farm built up, we can now start focusing on the fun parts of this mod. Like finding out whatever that is. I've never even seen that. It's interesting. And since we're focusing on the fun parts of the mod, we can start actually exploring this world. I know, episode 6, and we're just now going to start being able to explore. Well, we do have a lot to explore. Part of the reason I want an elytra is because some of these things are hard to get to. Some of them are in-game areas, and some of them are just dangerous. And having access to an easy form of flight, especially with the stockpile of fireworks I have from the firework dispensers here, it's going to be much easier to navigate the world and collect all its various treasures, like whatever is in that giant castle. I've never been in one of those in any mod pack I've ever played. So we're going to find out with that. But that's going to be it for this episode, and I hope you all enjoyed. And there's a chunk error behind me and a mouse. But I hope everyone enjoyed, and if you did, go ahead and like the video and leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think I should do next. If there's any specific mods you want me to go after, or objectives, or anything like that that you just want to see, or maybe you just want explained a little more, just let me know and I'll go ahead and do that. But that's going to be it for this video. So until next time, bye-bye.